Wendy Williams is calling out her guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, once again, and she is saying, I wanted nothing to do with the lawsuit against A&E, and I also don't have dementia. And after Wendy Williams said all of this so publicly a couple of days ago, now the guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, is now saying that she might not even want to move forward with the lawsuit, and she wants to get Wendy Williams a new health evaluation. We're about to read this from the court docs in just 1 minute. Just a couple days ago, Wendy Williams returned to the Breakfast Club and she was distancing herself from the lawsuit filed by her guardian against A&E Networks. Wendy Williams alleged that Sabrina Morrissey and her manager, Will Selby, brokered a deal on her behalf, though she doesn't know what kind of deal it actually was. She continued by saying, well, you know, there is this lawsuit that the lawsuit is with Lifetime and A&E, and I've been told I stand to win $20 million. Wendy Williams then went on to say that I've been in this guardianship for a long time, and now A&E and Lifetime with this lawsuit, please, I don't want that. I don't want a dime from that. I don't want any part of it. Wendy Williams also alleged that she was asked to tell everybody that she was suffering from dementia. Then right after this interview went public with Wendy Williams claiming all of this stuff, her guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, then put in this motion to the judge. They said in this motion that they are wanting to address the statements that Wendy Williams has recently made, as reported in the media, concerning both her own mental capacity and the above reference to the case pending before the judge. And the case is the lawsuit against A&E for Where is Wendy Williams? In these statements, Wendy Williams has indicated that in her opinion, she is not suffering from dementia and is not incapacitated. We are writing this letter today because during a radio interview this morning, Wendy Williams discussed the A&E matter at some length and appeared to indicate that she does not want to proceed with this action. To be clear, the whole point of the A&E matter is to benefit Wendy Williams and her estate. The guardian brought the A&E matter for the reason to recover for monetary damages. The funny part to me, it says to benefit Wendy Williams' estate when she can't even touch the money that she does have. These monetary damages could be used to help pay for Wendy Williams' significant healthcare needs going forward. Girl, I have Graves' disease too, and let me tell you, it's not that expensive, and Wendy Williams has more money than I do. They're alleging that this matter has come to the forefront because they are saying that Wendy Williams was incapacitated and lacked the ability to consent to the production of Where's Wendy Williams? And after I read this, we're about to get into A&E's motion, what they're alleging about Sabrina Morrissey, because they filed a countersuit. And baby, it's good. Just give me 1 second. Now, Sabrina Morrissey goes on to say that Wendy Williams stated this morning that our firm's legal fees are somehow depleting her estate, and that is incorrect. Not only will the guardian not receive any financial benefit from A&E matter, but our firm has not received a penny and will not receive any compensation unless or until we succeed in obtaining a recovery for Wendy Williams. And this statement right here gets me because you wrote this after Wendy Williams said she doesn't want this lawsuit. She doesn't want this money. She likes A&E and Lifetime. She doesn't want it. So why, as the guardian, are you even filing it if she doesn't want it? And this is why you wrote the stupid letter. And you say that you are not going to receive any compensation unless or until you get some recovery, meaning unless you win this lawsuit against A&E that Wendy Williams doesn't even want. Now we're going to get into what A&E is alleging in their countersuit against Sabrina Morrissey about the Wendy Williams documentary, Where is Wendy? And this gets good, so stay with me. They're saying throughout the time of Wendy Williams filming the Where is Wendy Williams documentary, Morrissey, which is the guardian, continued to approve Wendy Williams participating in additional filming sessions for the documentary. Even though the guardian is suing A&E, saying that Wendy Williams didn't have the mental capacity to even sign up for the documentary, but you let her film it. Allegedly. E1 also continued to make payments to Wendy Williams, and none of these were refused or returned during the documentary. They also go on to allege that Wendy Williams was paid in full for her participation in the documentary, and at no point prior to the commencement of this action did any representative of Morrissey or Wendy Williams claim that the talent agreement was void. Now, they allege that Wendy Williams' last filming session for the documentary was on April 12th of 2023, when the documentary's film crew arrived at Wendy Williams' apartment for a scheduled filming session to find her in bed, intoxicated, with signs that she had been in bed in that state without company or care for some time. The producers were concerned for Wendy Williams that she was not being adequately cared for despite her guardianship, and they urged Shelby to seek medical treatment for her. Wendy Williams was taken to an inpatient facility where producers were not able to contact her or show her the finished documentary or its trailer. Shelby, however, saw the documentary and the trailer before they aired, as did Wendy Williams' family members, and they all approved of the documentary and support of its release, allegedly. But listen to what A&E alleges right here. The finished documentary captures a raw, honest, and unfiltered window into the life of Wendy Williams after she was placed under the guardianship. It reveals how the guardianship system that was purportedly put into place to guard Wendy Williams' interests instead had isolated her from her family, left her largely alone and unattended in her apartment, made her self-destruct behavior, mental decline, and failed to prevent her use or abuse of alcohol. Through interviews with Wendy Williams' closest family members, it raises questions about why Wendy Williams was being kept in these circumstances under the care of an absent court-appointed professionals, while her supportive and close-knit family in Florida tried to bring her into their care. Hey, all of this right here, A&E clocked it. They clocked it. In my opinion, I don't think that Wendy Williams has dementia. I really don't. I think that the guardianship was playing on the fact that they knew that Wendy Williams did suffer from substance abuse from alcohol. This had been very clear for years. Right after her divorce, Wendy Williams struggled with this. She even talked about this in the Breakfast Club interview. The documentary was even saying this was what her problem was in the interview. It wasn't dementia. She was still struggling, and they talk about it a lot more than what we are seeing just right here, what I am reading to you. They actually give dates, times of watching Wendy self-destruct because she was isolated. And if you're isolated, away from nobody, in a room, like what we have heard Wendy Williams allege, of course, what are you going to do? You are going to obviously drink alcohol, especially if you're somebody that has just been recovering from those things. Really gets me, the same guardian that we are watching saying that she is doing all of this to save Wendy Williams, and she has all of these things in place, like Wendy Williams having no access to the internet, to a cell phone, not even having access to her cats or her family members, but yet she has access to alcohol? In my opinion, I think this is what they were doing. I think they were trying to make Wendy Williams self-destruct like any person would by being isolated, knowing and obviously having to put alcohol around her, knowing, of course, that's what she would go to if she has nothing else. And then I think they tried to use the substance abuse issues as a forefront and then tried to say that this woman had dementia until it didn't start working out in their favor. I don't know. This is all just my opinions, but y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.